Hi, and welcome into this Ocean Shipping Outlook with Descartes. I'm Isaiah Buchanan, assistant producer here at FreightWaves. We've been seeing a lot of changes in the ocean shipping industry over the last couple of years. And here to talk with me about those is Chris Jones, the Executive Vice President of Industry and Services at Descartes. Chris, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Isaiah. Thank you.
So, Chris, we've witnessed a massive transformation in the freight industry over the last 2 years. As a leader in the supply chain technology solutions, what trends does Descartes expect to see for the rest of the year regarding ocean shipping?
Well, ocean shipping is going to be a roller coaster. I think if we look at what's going on, we've seen very high volumes coming into this time of year. But the big thing is the COVID lockdowns in China. Those are pending in terms of their impact ocean shipping. While we've seen maybe a little bit of a slowdown here in the last couple of weeks, um, all those goods are still going to come to the U.S. And they're just not going to come very evenly because China's not opening up very evenly as well. When you think about things like chips and so forth, there's huge demand out there. People are going to want this stuff to move as quickly, and then we're going to roll right into the peak season. Last point, the ILWU contract is up in the end of June, and they start negotiations in May. Hopefully, they'll be quiet and productive. They haven't always been.
Can you maybe explain a little bit more about what this will mean for our FreightWaves viewers?
Yeah, I think the prime word is unpredictable in terms of supply chain performance. We could see ebbs in terms of the shipping volumes as until things like China get back online. It could be capacity feast and famine just because of the same reason, and also continued higher shipping costs, at least at an ocean level.
What tactics are the industry taking to be more prepared this time around?
Well, we just recently conducted a study on transportation management, so not TMS per se, but really how people manage transportation. Uh, and what that study showed was that visibility was the top solution that people were wanting to implement in terms of, I'll call it capability needed, value to the business, and then equally IT investment. Equally, we also see both the forwarding community and shippers moving to different ports. We saw this particularly, I call it the west to east coast shift. And then the last thing has been alternate sourcing. That's been going on for a while. I think this just kicked it into a higher gear. Things like furniture started to really move to Vietnam as an example, and we'll see other things moving into Southeast Asia out of China. Equally, we're going to see nearshoring into Mexico. That's another one that's been growing significantly. And it'll be a combination of all those things.
Chris, you mentioned visibility being a top priority. What key capabilities should viewers prioritize as part of their company's toolbox?
Well, I think one is that they need to really look at advanced ocean visibility. So understanding where that ship is, and obviously the containers and the goods associated with it, having ETAs, and basically looking at this from the perspective of, with all this uncertainty we're going to have, they may not have control over it, but they need to know where it is. What we do know, for instance, when it comes to things like the delays, that earlier this year and into last year, that for instance, all these ships weren't sitting off of LA or Long Beach, as an example. They were actually over near Japan or China itself. So it is important to know this. Other thing we also need to know, and this is directly tied to visibility, is statuses. So, for instance, did a shipment or a container, if you will, make a sailing schedule, or was it rolled? Has it been cleared by customs? All these things are going to be important to know in this process to better manage, your situation, and if you will, then better make inventory decisions and manufacturing decisions and so forth based on where things are and when you really do expect to get them.
Chris, thank you for taking the time and giving us these updates on the ocean market. If people want some more information, where can they go?
Well, www.descartes.com, Isaiah, is probably the best place. This is a complex subject. We'd love to have a conversation to help people unravel it.
Chris, thank you again. This Ocean Shipping Outlook has been brought to you by Descartes, and you can find this talk and more at tv.freightwaves.com.